All right, let's get into this.
No, we don't believe everything, but we do believe this. We believe that people with a low education shouldn't be attacking people with a higher education. Therefore, any Democrat shouldn't be attacking a Republican. That's just the way it is. Put that in your freaking craw. How you like that one? Without a doubt, anybody that's against making America great again should get the fuck out of this country today.
Well, where do we begin? First of all, I guess, what is your definition of making America great again? Because if your definition of making America great again means firing tens of thousands of workers and making sure that more and more people in this country don't know how they're going to pay their bills next month, then yeah, I'm not in favor of making America great again. If your idea of making America great again making America great again means mass deportations through workplace raids, illegally shipping American citizens out of this country when they were supposed to stay in this country, defying judges' orders in the process, then no, I don't agree with you when it comes to making America great again. If your idea of making America great again is starting trade wars with literally every nation on the planet, with the exception of, let me see if I got the list right, the only nations we didn't put tariffs on the other day was Russia, Belarus, was it North Korea and Cuba? There was 4 nations. I know Russia and Belarus were 2 of them. But we're going to go into a trade war with the rest of the nations, including uninhabited nations. Then no, I don't agree with your assessment that we should make America great again. I'm not on board with that in any way, shape, or form. If your idea of making America great again means canceling contracts with farmers that already did their end of the work and now are waiting for the payout, canceling aid programs that millions of people, not only in this country but around the world, rely on, and just being the absolute worst neighbor we possibly can be to every one of our international allies, then yeah, I don't agree with you when it comes to making America great again. And if you think I need to get the fuck off out of this country as a result of that mindset, you're more than welcome to try and get me out of this country. But I'm not going anywhere. You were born and raised here. I was born and raised here. We both have ideas of what should come in this country, how we should make this country better again. In my opinion, your ideas are fucking horrendous. And I'm not just going to tuck tail and leave because you tell me to. Now, let's get to the crux of the video. That, in your opinion, somebody with a low education shouldn't be attacking somebody with a high education, and therefore, the way you see it is that no Democrat should ever attack a Republican. Have a seat. Class is in session. From the Pew Research Center, partisanship by race, ethnicity, and education. We're going to go ahead and jump to that education part for you. The GOP has an edge among voters without a college degree, while college grads continue to favor Democrats. Look, they put it in picture format so even you can understand it. The Republican Party now holds a 6 percentage point advantage over the Democratic Party, 51 to 45, amongst voters who do not have a bachelor's degree. Voters who do have a 4-year degree make up 60% a majority of all registered voters. By comparison, the Democratic Party has a 13-point advantage, 55 to 42, among those with a bachelor's degree or more formal education. So quite literally, the more educated you are, the more likely you are to be a Democrat. And just so you're aware, that's a recent trend. This pattern is relatively recent. In fact, up until about 2 decades ago, the Republican Party fared better among college graduates and worse among those without a college degree. In the last years of George W. Bush's presidency and the first years of Barack Obama's, Democrats held a double-digit advantage in affiliation over Republicans among voters without a college degree. For example, in 2007, 56% of voters without a degree were Democrats or leaned Democratic, while 42% were Republicans or GOP leaners. This group was narrowly divided between the two parties for most of the next 15 years, but in the last few years, it has tilted more Republicans. And the deeper you go with your college education, the more liberal you are. Voters with postgraduate degrees are substantially more Democratic than those with 4-year degrees. You can see here, postgraduate degrees, 61 to 37, you're more likely to be a Democratic liberal. So, given your stance that somebody with a lower education has absolutely no right arguing or attacking somebody with a higher education, then what needs to happen is quite opposite what you said should happen. Republicans should keep their fucking mouth shut.